Hey there, this is Yoshi. This is update of our Care Collab series for Zygo hybrids. So anyhow, there are so many YouTubers who grows Zygo Nisha, Zygo type hybrids, and it's gonna be a list right here. It's pretty big list, and it's growing too. Which is a good thing, a good problem to have. But please go make sure check their video out. I'm gonna also put the link in my description. So yeah, please go check them out. So hopefully most of you know what the Care Collab is, but it's a bunch of YouTubers get together and talk about one plant according to each one of us have a different growing situation and method, and we talk about how each one of us grow their own. And now it's about a Zygopetalum hybrids. I live in Lake Stevens, Washington State, Pacific Northwest here. Usually, I would say usually, because we did have a really weird season last year, but we usually have a very mild summer and a very mild winter. In the winter time, we have a lot of rain and cloud, and of course today is not. So everything seems like not much into what I just said, but anyways, that's what it is here. Zone 8B. I grow my zygos in greenhouse. This is exactly where they sit all the time. This is facing east side, so it gets a pretty good amount of east side morning light in the morning. That is if it's not cloudy. But yeah, it lives in very bottom of this shelf, as you can see. Doesn't really need a strong light or doesn't really need a pretty warm climate. Even though I heard, or it's not I heard, but I know they can grow in Florida and whatnot. But anyways, update. So I'm assuming somebody has a bloom on it. Those guys, they bloom whenever they want. Along with the new growth like this, it shoots out the spike and then bloom along with the suitable maturing. So excuse me for like tatty looking, but I just went through Christmas season, another busy season, so I usually don't have a time to maintain stuff. But well, my update will be the new way of growing. I wouldn't say new way, but new method, I guess. Zygos, they're pretty moisture loving plants, and I was actually supposed to be repotting it into like a moss and then put the tray here and then do a bottom watering, but of course I didn't have time for that. So it stays as it is, but the difference being so from the second shelf here, I have a lining here, so when I water the top, the water doesn't drip down. That way the water doesn't stay on a leaf or the in between the crown here. What happens is they tend to rot pretty easily, and after some chatting, debating, realizing that it should being watered on it should be watered around the media, not to the plants. So this lining is one of it that I was trying to avoid the water goes into the crown. And then a second, I purposefully water around the media, not to the plant. Usually in a greenhouse, where you don't care, the water goes where it is, even for the phalaenopsis and whatnot, with good aeration with the fans and stuff. You just water plants, but to itself, we don't really care, or I should say, I don't really care where the water goes. It's gonna dry out before the rot sits in. But apparently that's not the case for zygotes, so that's why I put this protection up here so the water doesn't go down, and also I can water around it, and therefore I put it in tray right here so I can pull everything out. I am watering it per plant, not the whole thing like that, anyways. So that's how it is, and see what's going on. Right now, first of all, this one doesn't look good. Ooh, this is a Debbie the Mellow, my favorite. But this is what Zygo does to you, the new growth, especially once the water sets in, and it's just easy to rot, so you don't want to water around the new growth. And whereas this one seems like still doing good, so that's one strike, and you can see that's what's happening to the other ones. So that one is doing okay. Now this one is a no ID, bloomed last fall, I want to say. And there's no ID. There's ID, but it's officially an ID because what did I say? No ID. I got it from picked up from a Fred Meyer as a rescue. So, but look at this. Look at these. It's growing really fine. It's not as big as other ones like pseudobulbs here, but I guess it's not really a big plant, so it's growing fine for me. And this one is not a hybrid, so I'm not going to talk about that, all right? And this one, I think it's a Murasaki Komachi. We do have a different care video for Murasaki Komachi, but it is Zygonesia precisely. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new growth. And that's another thing that Zygo does. They shoot out a lot of new growth. And maybe 2 or 3 would make it, I guess. I don't know. That's why I want to, water around the media, not to the plant, if that makes sense. And this is a sad-looking Zygonesia cynosure. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. There's that tiny new growth, but it's not looking good. Double piece. If you see Michael McCarthy's post, it's a beautiful white and purple lip Zygonesia, but I guess I won't be seeing that from that plant. Too bad. It never bloomed. It came with the spike, but then it didn't make it. I have a feeling the plant itself was just simply weak. That's what I'm thinking, and hoping that it's not my fault, because sometimes it's not. It's another Zygonesia, Rogue Brune Seafoam. This one, unlike other Zygonesias, doesn't really have a strong fragrance, unfortunately. But again, it spiked, bloomed for me, and now it's giving me one new spike, and so far so good. What is this one? Oh, this is a Mageia. It's a species, so I guess I won't talk about that. But yeah, watering is the huge difference for me from last care club, and it seems it's working well. And yes, I have some unfortunate event here, but in general, that's how I water, and it's been working. Otherwise, those new growth would have been dead by now. So Anyways, please make sure it's a lot of a lot. It's challenging for me. Some people say it's a bit easy plant, but it's challenging plant for me. But there are a lot of people growing this orchid, and list that I put up will be showing the evidence of so many people, and I'm hoping to see, or I'm hoping to, for you to see something, some situation, some condition that is closer to you, and refer to that, and find a way to grow it. So, and that's whole thing about Care Collab. So thank you for watching. Again, make sure to check out other guys video, and hope to see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye. Yes, I am watering it.